Woody Nerdigans? This is the one and only Packer Girl 89 of Nerdigans Inc. And today's Manga Nerdigan live reaction video is going to be for Sosei no Amiyuji, aka Twin Star Exorcist chapter 133. And before we get into this recap and live reaction, we are at war with YouTube's algorithm, and it is slowly but surely killing my channel. And in order to defeat this algorithmic beast, we need you to please hit that like, share, and subscribe buttons. And because, of course, this channel, let alone this video, are not sponsored. And we ain't sponsored by Shueisha. And we ain't sponsored by Manga Plus. And we ain't sponsored by Viz. And considering how much we promote Manga Plus on this channel, it's kind of surprising, right? But if you love what we're doing and want to help keep me, my adorable Will Bubba Kitty, who's somewhere around here, and this operation literally alive and kicking, so we can keep bringing you more anime and manga content, whether it be news, analysis, or live reactions like this one, feel free to hit up our Cash App and PayPal. Links are in the description box below. So, well, this is the second to last chapter of Twin Star Exorcists, and last chapter we got to see what was going down in the King of Kikari's past, and man, it's really, really heartbreaking, but let's be real. They are very much giving Ialda and, what's the other one I was thinking of? And Hinoka realness. That's what we're getting from it. But I'm really excited to see this resolution, especially with the fusion that we have here. So let's get to this chapter, see what's in store for us this month. Make my frozen time flow again? Calendars, water clocks, astronomy. Since ancient days, it's always been the task of Exorcists to control time. By adding time to the 5 elements of Amyodo, which comprise the cycle of life, we can put our plan into action. The future we and Hikaru create will embrace the past, will embrace you. You imbeciles! I don't know what you thought you saw inside my dimensional consciousness, but how could the likes of you lowly humans, exorcists, ever stop me? God, this is gorgeous. But, damn, this is a Venusian Titan here. Let's be real. UQ holder readers, tell me I'm wrong. That is a Venusian Titan. Woo! How could the two of you have only lived a paltry few decades up to comprehend even a fraction of my agony, regret, anger, hatred, depression, grief, and disgust? Woo, that was a nice punch. You don't even remember what happened to you in the past. You fueled yourself with nothing but negative emotions. God, I can't help but think of Ialda in this moment. For tens of thousands of years, all alone in this miserable place, assimilating the yin energy of people you don't even know. You need to interact with others, make a connection with them, not destroy their world. How dare! We admit that compared to yours, our lives must seem as insignificant as an insect's, but no matter, oh, now they split apart. No matter how difficult you make things for us, we won't lose heart as long as I have Benio, as long as I have Rogro by my side. All of us are incomplete. There's no such thing as a perfect existence. We have to work together to contribute to others, to allow them to contribute to us, to make up for what we lack. King of the Kikari, your problem is you need a partner, someone to share and ease your burden. Which, think about it. We've seen this in other series. Let me go to UQ Holder for a second here. Look at what we saw with Kuramaru. Kuramaru was burdened with the role of becoming a sword, technically, and Toda took on that burden of not only Kuramaru's destiny, or, you know, what's the wording I'm looking for? Defying their destiny, but also turn them into a vampire too, which was sick. Oh my god, that was so amazing. But once that happened, Kuramaru could get through it, and it was beautiful. I love it. And they also, you know, worked together to become the ultimate duo to ultimately save Yukihime. I love it. I love it so much. I feel like it's the kind of the same thing with Shuichi and and Hinoka as well, because we saw Shuichi do the same thing to help Hinoka. Because remember, for those of you that read Gleipnir, you remember what happened with Hinoka. Um, because once Shuichi took on Hinoka's burden, she was able of the void. She was able to move on. The other two that come to mind, are from Attack on Titan with Eren taking on Amir's burden, and Mikasa taking on Eren's burden as well, and then you also have Armin, to an extent, taking on Annie's burden to boot, and not just and Bertolt's burden as well. Like, there's a lot of this in Attack on Titan. So curious what you guys think in regards to that. This is very, very true. We've seen this in other series. And technically, another one that comes to mind actually is Yuichi in Tomodachi Game. He did this too. Anyways, silence, silence, silence! Even if it delays the cleansing of this planet for 1,000 more years. Hear me, twin star exorcist. Oh, this background is freaking sick. I'm about to use up all my spiritual power to erase your existence from this earth. Again, this is given very Yalda. It's given very, very Hinoka. It is. Within this, oh god, this art is beautiful. Within this time spell, time will accelerate at an incomprehensible rate. You claim to support each other. Let's see how well your relationship fares as you endure the force of my spell. Every tragedy I have witnessed, every memory of every planet I have destroyed, I will force you to experience every second of my immortal life. And when your minds have been crushed by my hell of memories, the twin stars shall never again resurrect in this world. Okay, so let's get into... Oh, this is so beautiful. Are we inside the king of the Kagari's mind? A realm where only consciousness exists? You know what? I just realized what this also is making me think of, to boot. It's kind of giving the chronophage when Shiki was inside of the chronophage, and he found out the truth about the priest. I'm spoiling Eden Zero. Deal with it. About the priestess being Rebecca. That's what this is, because Rebecca didn't remember who she was when, she became a chronophage, because all of her time was stolen. Because for those of you that don't know, I'm again spoiling Eden Zero. What happened was when time diverged in the Shura arc, or the Poseidon Narrow arc, Shiki and Rebecca jumped 20,000 years into the future, and where Shiki ultimately became Ziggy, and Rebecca lost consciousness. But she still had time ether, and when she became a chronophage, because as I said, she lost 20,000 years worth of time, so she was trying to get it back. And that's what this gives. This gives that specifically. Oh my god, it totally does. This really does give that. Holy shit. Is that Earth? No. It looks similar, but it's not. But here's where the difference is between the chronophage and the king of the Kagari is. The chronophage doesn't feed off of negative emotions. It just feeds off of time. That's the main difference. Is the king planning to infect that planet? It's a planet itself in this world. The atmosphere grows heavy and cold. It's pitch black. I can't see a thing. Nothing. Benio, is this... But here's where it's a little bit similar but different. we're gonna see Benio. It looks like we're gonna see Benio and Rokuro's time accelerate. Whereas with the King of the Kagari, or not King of the Kagari, whereas with the Chronophage, we saw time reverse. There we go. Is this a world the King of the Kagari once visited? I think that this place might be the equivalent of the abyss on our planet, a world of complete darkness and nothingness. It's so dark I can't see her anymore. Benio's voice, the warmth of her hand, they're the only good things here. We've been enduring this for days on end. No sound, no light, just nothingness. Has it been 2 years? 3? Maybe more, but slowly, as the King of Kagari grows, its food, these terrible images are flowing into our minds. Now, here's what I'm going to say about this. This is what Eden Zero was lacking. Is when Rebecca was traveling through time, we only saw her eat like the time of 1 or 2 planets. What I wanted to see more of, because I thought that this would have been a great way to like recap all of the planets that the crew visited throughout Eden Zero. I really would have liked to seen Rebecca as the Chronophage like travel to those different planets, through those different cosmos. Here, what we're getting, this is what I like here, is we're seeing the King of Kagari, the images of like what the King of Kagari was consuming in terms of negative emotions. But the thing I'm not happy with, at least so far, is I really would like to see all the planets that the King of Kagari consumes. I'm hoping we're going to get that, because we've only seen 1 so far. But let's keep going. But I wish the corpses in the foreground look better, but that background looks sick. Are they the images of what's happening on the surface of this planet? Natural disasters, pandemics, riots, war, ethnic cleansing, environmental pollutions, so much like Earth's history. So this has got to be the same planet. At least it's not boring as all that time surrounded by total darkness, but these tragic images are corroding our minds over the decades, centuries. It's like watching one depressing movie after another. This planet must have had some good history too, some fun and joy. How many years have we been trapped here? I can't maintain my sanity much longer. If I let my mind go blank for even a split second, I might forget who I am. Rokuro? Hey, answer me, Rokuro. Rokuro? Right. That's right, my name is Rokuro Amato. The woman next to me is Benio Amato, my wife. That's right, so pull yourself together. Got it, sorry. Don't worry, even if I forgot my own name, I'll never forget yours, Benio. Don't you see that's not enough? You need to remember who you are, too. Seems like centuries ago, maybe millennia, but I haven't forgotten. I haven't forgotten the day you fell out of the sky, Benio. I remember it as clear as if it were yesterday. Hey, Benio, let me see let me see your face. No, don't look at me. The Benio you knew is no longer here. My hair is thinned and fallen out. I've lost my teeth. I'm an old lady now. And I'm bald with a grizzly long beard, you know. I'm a super wrinkly old geezer. I knew it, huh? The current Benio is always the cutest and most beautiful. Don't be silly. And now it's happening. The first planet is being destroyed. Okay, so we're seeing the first planet being destroyed. The politicized planet has disappeared. The King of the Kagari is flying through space in search of a new home. I love this design. Because King of Kagari looks like a parasite. This is great. An immense immeasurable amount of time has passed, but we've only witnessed a tiny fragment of the tragedies yet to come. So are we just not going to see the rest of the planets? Our bodies have completely faded away. Only our consciousness are left. I can't tell if we're alive or dead. Now this is the problem I've had with what we've seen in the past few chapters. It really feels like it's being kind of the final fight with the Kagari King is rushed. That we didn't get to see like the effects of the Kagari King being on Earth. Like, we barely got to see any of that. Like, I really am kind of let down by that. I wanted to see more of the negative emotions that the Kagari King was consuming. I wanted to see more of the planets that it was destroying. I wanted to see the variety of that. I'm kind of let down by it, that we're not seeing it so far. Benio, Benio, are you still there? Yes, Rokuro, I'm here. I'm right here. This agony continues on and on, but there's someone here who calls my name. Even a simple thing like that heals my aching heart. Why aren't we seeing the destruction in the background? Why is this nothingness, black backgrounds, and not like the destruction of the different planets in the backgrounds? I'm confused by that. Why didn't you, Sakeno? I have to ask, why didn't you do that? That would have been really sick. I would have loved to seen that happening in the backgrounds, especially with this line here. This agony with this line specifically. This agony continues on and on, but there's someone here who calls my name. Even a simple thing like that heals my aching heart. And then we could have had like a transition of the politicized Kagari King, like transitioning and seeing more. I've always known no matter how many times I get reincarnated, I'll always search for you, Benio, and I'll fall in love all over again. Aww, don't be stupid. This is no time to be thinking about reincarnation. And then see, like, each black panel, we could have seen like more destruction. Like, one black panel see the negative emotions, the next one see, and like where we have the white, it be the oh my god, what was it? The politicized form of the King of the Kagari, like, moving on to the next planet. I really feel like that was a missed opportunity. We're going to live. We're going to live on, Rokuro. We will survive the future. You and I and Hikaru create. I want you to go on loving me and calling me by my name. Benio, God, I'm just thinking about more and more. Like, just remember what was said before they went on their journey through, before the Kagari King, sent them through this despair about how, as long as they have each other, they could survive through the despair, all the despair. Man, Sakeno, this was a missed opportunity. Yes, of course, my wife always knows the right thing to say. I'll count my blessings, the time I've spent with you, Benio. Birthdays, anniversaries, celebrating together, our arguments. Let's focus on the good things. Our future in which Exorcists and Kagari no longer hate each other. Sakeno, I really hope in the physical release of this chapter that you have in the backgrounds like the different negative events that slash emotions that on the different planets that the Kagari King went to, and then in between see the politicized form moving on to the next planet. I really hope you do that for the physical release of the chapter. That would be so amazing. A world Benio and I create together, a future for Hikaru. But this page here, though, where they say a world Benio and I create together, a future for Hikaru, this one could be black. This one should be the only one out of all of these pages that should be black. The rest of them, you should be having like the worst of the worst events from all the different planets that the Kagari King went to. At least in my opinion. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think. Do you guys think that this was a missed opportunity from Sakeno to like include, or to not include, to showcase all of the different tragedies that that the Kagari King saw on all these different planets, and then in between, like in the white lines in between that, have it be like the politicized form of the Kagari King. But that final panel, though, be the only blank black panel, and then have it transition back to the present. I think, and I really hope that Sakeno does that for the physical release. It would be so sick. Anyways, what? This is no. What? It can't be. Why? But how? This can't be happening. I can't believe it. Impossible. The connection to time and space, that your spell is, severed has been reconnected. Our minds and bodies that decayed and dissolved are whole again. We've returned from your ordeal, King of the Kagari. Yeah, this really proves my point that final panel of when they're in that spell, that should be black because it transitions into the white. Yeah. And it's perfect. Impossible! How could mere humans survive that? There's no way you could have withstood the negative emotions that poured into me for tens of thousands of years. Actually, to be exact, it was 30,150 years. It's true that many times we almost lost heart. We suffer from terrible regret and guilt, and I argue with Benio a lot. I would have loved to have seen that throughout this too. In fact, the number of times I got into a fight with Benio over those 30,000 or so years was 8,667 times. Why did we not see this? The number of times things got so bad we gave each other the silent treatment was 972. Then why did we not see this? The number of times we were on the brink of divorce was 311. Now this I would have loved to see. Like, why the fuck did we not see this? The number of times we argued over whether Ohaki could constitute a staple diet was 1,529,795 times. Why did we not see this? The number of times we made up after our fights was the same number of times we fought. Again, why did we not see this? 9,950 times, not including the Ohaki debate. God, this is beautiful though. The number of times we recognized each other in the void was, well, this we had, so I'm fine with this. 11 million, and the void was 11,007,671 times. The despair you were unable to bear on your own, we were able to endure together. Again, I wish we would have gotten to see more of that despair in the background. The ordeal you laid out for us became a mirror reflecting our image back at us. For all those long years, you were unable to cope with the pain, but through our connection to each other, we were able to handle it. Hey, can you feel it? At the moment our minds are linked, you should be able to see what we saw and what you lost all those eons ago. Oh, this flashback is beautiful. Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Do not show me this! Do not show me this! If I could have endured it with the help of another, that means that the choices I made have been the things I've done are, again? Why did we see this in the friggin' sequence? You're afraid to face your flaws. That makes you as human as the rest of us. Wait a minute. No, even if that's why we didn't see that in the sequence, no, I'm not going to accept that. I want to see it. I want to see what happened. I want to see the different planets. Let me put this here. Now, this here, though, that we're getting with this sutra, the Wisdom Sutra, is really giving me, if you're up to date with Record of Ragnarok, it's really giving me Broda and Zirafuku, like right as Broda is purifying Zirafuku, and this is like right before Hajun possesses him. The perfection of the Wisdom Sutra, the great Avaloki Tesvara Bodhisattva practiced the Prajnapa Ramida and looked upon the 5 aggregates of attachment and realized they were empty by nature. Listen, Sariputra. Form is no different from emptiness, and emptiness is no different from form. Okay. All dharma are defined by emptiness, not birth nor destruction, not purity nor impurity, not incomplete nor complete. Therefore, emptiness has no form. No perception, no memory. If that's I don't care if that, again, I don't care if that's why that background was black. I still wanted to see the destruction and the different planets, the different tragedies, the negative emotions. I wanted to see that still. And not just from one planet. I wanted to see like multiple planets. And I would have liked to seen some of the arguments too, including the divorce. When they were on the verge of divorce. No memory, no consciousness, no shape, no sound, no scent, no taste, no physical manifestation, no mind. Without the walls of the mind, you are free of fear, free of earthly desires, and capable of ultimately attaining nirvana. This panel is beautiful. I love the transition. It's like a transition into enlightenment. It's perfection. The perfection of the wisdom sutra is the great mantra, the mantra of wisdom and enlightenment, the indisputable mantra which heals all suffering, since it is truth without falsehood. Again, this really is making me think of Rhoda and Zirafuku. Go to the other shore. Svaha here. Svaha here in death, the perfection of the Wisdom Sutra. What are you saying? This chant eases the mind and brings harmony and stability. Ooh, okay. Benio and I have been thinking in Amyodu, everything has a polar opposite to stabilize the yin and the yang energy. Okay. Light and shadow, sun and moon, heaven and earth, man and woman, exorcist and Kigari, the great yang and the great yin. So what does that mean for our child? What is the polar opposite of the prophesized child? Remember what the Kigari King said that they were going to do to the prophesized child? That if the prophesized child took them out, that they were going to possess them. While we were caught in your spell, your 30,000-year lifespan, we witnessed countless prophesized children sacrifice themselves in an attempt to exorcise the king of the Kigari. And yes, I know we're seeing it here. I would have liked to have seen it during that sequence. These poor children were born solely for the purpose of defeating you. On the brink of death, they each cursed those who brought them into the world. Thus, the prophesied children's curses fed the king and of the Kigari and its growth. Their bodies became its vessel. As a result, the universe has continued to give birth to this entity known as the king of the Kigari. If your frozen time were to flow again, it would bring an end to your immortality. However, that would be pointless if the curse continued to live on. Okay, I agree with that. We need to break this curse that's perpetually spawning this endless cycle of doom embodied by the king of the Kigari. And that's why Benio and I have decided that we will succeed you as the next king of the Kigari. Okay, let's see where they're going with this. If you merge with us, the king of the Kigari within you will be purified, and you'll finally be freed from this curse through death like every other living being. However, there's a catch. The death of the body is not the death of the soul. It's only after the soul enters the cycle of reincarnation that its journey is complete. The curse binding the king of the Kigari will end, and your soul will finally begin a fresh journey. And the king of the Kigari? The hell of this eternal curse will be over? We'll have to take on the duty of absorbing negative emotions for you, but we won't curse the rest of the world and its inhabitants. And most importantly, we won't be alone with the burden. That's why, oh, hi Kamui. Unlike you, we won't spawn legions of Kigari. Hold on. Now, let's see where they're going with this, because this could be a problem. We'll use all the yin energy we absorb to reinforce the boundaries of Megano and prevent it from expanding. I don't know if that will work, but let's see. Once the Kigari born of negative emotions are gone, I'm confident the Basara who have learned the benefit of cooperating with humanity will steer Megano in the right direction. But the Kigari that were born of negative emotions you got to imagine, they would take the yin energy they absorb and ease their burden and help reinforce the Megano. Like, they gotta realize they can't do it by themselves, right? Because, yes, they have their partner. They're partners in this. Sure. But they can't do it alone. They gotta rely on, they gotta learn to rely on others. Love can get, yeah, there's the power of love and all that shit. But still, they talk about having a balance of yin and yang. Well, you don't need a legion. No, you don't need to have a legion. No, you don't. But you need to have at least, like, a few Kagari to help to spread that negative emotion or that yin energy to so you're not like overloaded with it to help, and also to help reinforce the Megano, at least in my opinion. After all, yang energy and yin energy are necessary to balance and stabilize the world. Yes, this is why you need to have Kagari, whether you like it or not, that are born of yin energy, negative emotion or not, that are born of yin energy that will help you stabilize it. Will fulfill your dream to protect the universe. Good luck with that. So you too are an integral piece of the puzzle to shape the future for the better. We talked a little bit about it just now, and we realized our son Hikaru, the prophesied child, wasn't created to exterminate you after all. He was born to embody your polar opposite, to provide what you lack. I can agree with that, because they're yin and yang. I see where Sakeno's going with this. So when you are reborn in the future, we want you to reciprocate and help Hikaru. So basically, this is what I'm understanding, is that they will eventually inherit Benio and Rokuro's will. They will be the next generation. Give me a name. What? My memories as a person have long since decayed into nothing. If I am no longer to be the king of the Kagari, who will I become? So please, I want you to give me a name. What? Me? You're the one who named Hikaru, remember, Rokuro? Yeah, I know, but this is out of the blue. How does sound? That's better than I deserve. Wait. Sound? Hold on a second. Okay, so knowing Viz Media, yeah, Kitty. Knowing Viz Media, they probably did not translate it. Oh, hi, Kitty. I got a feeling that they didn't, they basically just localized the frickin' name, because it says sound for, the King of Kagari's name. So, comment section, please, confirm this. I probably will have, well, I'll ask Sakeno this, actually. And maybe I'll ask, my Japanese followers this, too. If, the King of Kagari's name is on, like I think it is. Damn, I don't have the raw accessible at the moment, but I'm guessing, it's on for the name, which is, from what I'm seeing, is Japanese for sound. Please let me know in the comments if that is correct. I fucking hate Viz so much, because, again, what Viz does is they, and I wish there was a freaking Spanish localization or something on Manga Plus for this, to confirm. But yeah, so what Viz does, for those of you that don't know, is Viz are a bunch of pricks, and they decide to, basically not leave the Japanese name for characters, and will just straight up translate it, and it frustrates me to no end. So please, to my Japanese subscribers, please confirm the King of Kagari's actual name, or Sakeno, I might have to ask, if you should be watching this, please confirm it to me on Twitter. It would be fantastic. I'm really, really annoyed to no end that, and also I'm annoyed to no end that Manga Plus doesn't have their own localizations. But anyways, let's finish this up. I'm gonna go with on for now, but it says sound here. That's better than I deserve. On sounds it sounds correct. Fuck you, Viz, I swear. It's better than I deserve. I'm very grateful to you. Thank you. Do you think the king will choose the right path this time? I'm sure of it. Well then, we ought to get going too. Yes. I realized that they basically took up their parents' role, if you think about it. 133 is titled A Warm Wind. This is what a beautiful transition too. Oh my god. I love you, Benio. I love you too, Rokuro. The sky is brightening. Miura, what's wrong? Uro, gone. Rokuro's gone. Mr. Benio, Kanako, what's wrong? Hikaru, we're going now, Hikaru. Be a good boy. 10 years later, Hikaru looks adorable. Okay, here's my thoughts on this chapter. So for the most part, I'm happy with for the most part. I do wish, again, this has just been the problem for like the past few chapters, where I feel like there are some things left out. The best comparison to this is what we got with Noragami, where we got to see what was happening around the world with Father's ick. There we go. With Father's ick, we got to see the infection of it. I really wish we would have gotten that for King of Kagari. And Kitty, you're being bad Zeno. I wish we would have gotten a little bit of that with King of Kagari. And as I've been saying throughout this, I really wish throughout the whole sequence with Benio and Rokuro going throughout time, I really wish we would have gotten to see more of the planets that the King of Kagari destroyed and seen the different calamities that happened. I think if we would have gotten that and see Rokuro and Benio survive through all of that, I think it would have made this chapter so much stronger, and it would have actually proved their point that they could survive through anything. And also I would have liked to seen the divorce argument too, at least. That would have been really nice to have. But in terms of like an underlying theme, I like it. I love what we got here. The art, of course, was gorgeous. But next chapter is the final chapter. I'm gonna be crying. I'm gonna be so emotional for multiple reasons. I really am. God, I can't believe this is ending. Oh my god. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, what you guys think of this chapter. And what you guys think of the past few chapters in particular. For me, as I said, I feel like it's rushed. And I feel like Sakeno could have done a little bit more. I wish Sakeno would I don't know if Sakeno just can't elaborate because of an NDA or what, but I wish we would get an idea of what's going on, why we didn't get a little bit more of what was, the fight didn't extend a little bit more, especially with the fusion. I would have loved to see a little bit more fighting against the King of Kagari in the fusion mode. I feel like that was a missed opportunity, especially since the fusion looked awesome. I would have loved to seen that. I would have loved to seen a little bit more in terms of the purification, where the King of Kagari reunited with her love. Like, that kind of thing. I already got, like, dissatisfaction with Shonen no Abyss because of that. Not happy with that still. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, what you guys think. And remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Nerdigans Inc. Love what we're doing and want to help keep this operation alive and kicking so we can keep bringing you more Twin Star content. If you wish you could do that, donate to our Cash App, PayPal, Patreon, purchase something off our Amazon wishlist, all that's in the description box below. Also, make sure you follow us on Twitter, Twitch, Discord, friend us on PlayStation Network. That's in the description box below as well. And until next time, Nerdigans, I will be seeing you later. Bye.